You would have bowed down to it and worship it. Wherever you were, no matter what you was doing, prostrate in that direction, bow down to it. And these three young brothers said, ain't happening. I ain't doing it. So, of course, you always got one. You always got, oh, guess what? They ain't over here bending down. They ain't bowing. They ain't praising this golden idol. So they brought him before the king. The king said, okay, y'all don't want to bend? Y'all don't want to bow? They said to the king, we ain't got to answer you in this matter. See, when they said that, they weren't denying it. They were admitting their guilt. They were saying, it is what you say. But we're not going to bow down. So he says to them, well, I'm going to throw you in this fire. I'm going to throw you in this furnace. And that God, he says, what God then will save you from my hand? What God? As if to looking down on our Creator. He looked down upon the very thing that gave him his life. When they cast him into the furnace, it was so hot. It was 7 times hotter than it normally was. It was so hot that the men that threw them into the furnace died instantly. Burst into flames. Spontaneous combustion was gone. So upon them shutting the door and standing there, Nebuchadnezzar was like, hey, Charlie, come here, man. I know we just threw 3 dudes in there, right? He was like, yeah. He said, well, tell me why. Catch yourself. Tell me why there is 4. Now, this is the great part. Now, check this out. King Nebuchadnezzar had just crafted an image of who he thought was God. He says, why does the 4th look like the Son of Man? What? How could he have known this? How could he have known this? See, I'm going to let you young people know. When God shows himself to you, you won't be able to deny it. And I pray and hope that it happens for you this weekend. Because I'm telling you, the devil ticked off right now, y'all. Because you're here. Whether you're awake, whether you're alert, whether you're listening or not, you are here. You're stepping on his toes. You see what I'm saying? See, he's trying to hold you. He's trying to hold you back for whatever little thing that's going on in your life, no matter what it may be. See, we tend to so quickly bow down to these images, and you don't realize it. The iPods. They got what, the iPhone now, the phone? Amen. Listen to me. When these things first came out, 2 days before they was released, originally, before the iPod, when they first came out, 2 days, people camped out in front of the store just to get this. As if this would change or save your life. You young ladies, you do it with the clothes, the makeup. You are beautiful. I tell my daughters this all the time. Young men with the Jordans. And, you know, we get stuck on these things of fashion and these things that will fade away. They are idols. Understand that. They are idols. Anything that draws your mind away from where it's supposed to be is an idol. God says you cannot serve 2 gods. You cannot be hot nor lest I spit you out of my mouth. I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to be spit out of anybody's mouth, especially not my father's. So he brought him out of the furnace, and he stood him before him. They weren't burnt. They didn't smell like fire. Their clothes weren't singed. Anything. And Nebuchadnezzar was like, how could this be? How could this be? See, right before they went in, the three young brothers said to Nebuchadnezzar, surely our God will deliver us. Will deliver us. Then they say, even if he doesn't, I will not bow down. So understand this. When the iPods is gone, when the shoes is gone, when the little makeup, when the hair, the nails, and the little slick skirts and all that is gone, you're left with just one thing. You're left with just one thing. Don't block your blessing. You stand 45 minutes in the mirror putting on makeup. Man, let that go. Y'all beautiful already. Break that down in half and then spend the other 20 minutes right here. Yeah. Yeah. I mean that. Or spend the next 20 minutes like this. That's all it takes. Because eventually, all that which you, and I'm not saying for any of you young ladies, all that which you think you're covering up, you'll just start to remove. You'll just start to remove and get rid of it. And the clothes will change. Your attitude will change. Your walk will change. Everything about you will change. And everyone will see the God that's in you. They will automatically see. Brother Rob said earlier, at some people in this world will the only Bible they will ever read is you. Is you. Nothing in the Bible says that. I go to some churches. And like I said, I'm a pretty rough around the edges dude. I don't put on suits when I go to church. I look good in the suit, don't get me wrong. But I don't put on suits when I go to church. God says come as you are. And it's not so much as, people can use that the wrong way. It's not so much as what you dress like, but it's this. God says come as you are. My pastor, the man who I got saved through, went to church every day for 22 years, high off heroin. He was a heroin addict. Came home from Vietnam. He couldn't take it. But he showed up at church every day in Harlem. And the pastor told the parishioners, you do not remove that man. You didn't bring him in here, and you better not remove him. Today he's been clean 33 years. He's opened 4 or 5 churches. He's got a program in Carroll County called New Life for Girls. He's saving young ladies' lives, their children. You know what I'm saying? This man is doing a great work for God. And I see that in every one of y'all's faces. I see that in every one of you guys' faces. And I really want you to understand this, man. I might not be able to save your life, but what I'm telling you can save your soul. Your skin, your flesh, your bones will fall from your body. Your spirit lives on. Who will it be with? See, I want you to understand this, guys. I really want you to get this. I didn't get this for a long time. See, being a Christian is a daily walk. It says to pick up your cross every day. Take upon the cross every day. What that means is take upon all that you have to deal with and look back at all the things that Christ did when he was persecuted. So what do you think? We're not going to be persecuted? We're not going to be talked down to? You think they're not going to talk about you, your friends, when they see the changes in your life? You going to Bible study, you going to church? You don't think they're going to talk about you? And they talked about Jesus. And he willingly gave himself. So I'm going to ask you again, man, what will you bow down to? What will you bow down to? We could easily say, that when they did this to these 3 young brothers, they could have bowed down and said, well, you know what, God, you know my heart, but I'm just really not trying to go in that furnace. But check this out. It also says, deny me, surely I will deny you. That's not something I want neither. That's like having a pair of gasoline drawers on going to hell. No. I'm not trying to get that. But I'm a